Ladies and gentlemen of Stadium City, my name is Rand of the Red Sixers. We have assumed control. We'll be going door to door, collecting citizens and eating them. If anybody has a problem with it, you can discuss it with me here at the radio station.
Greetings, fellow boomers and other fellas who are interested in old games. Do you like guns and cars? What about cars with guns? Do you enjoy metal music? Do you like post-apocalyptic shooters? And is your PC still running on Windows XP? Then Redline is the game for you. Redline is a very obscure video game released in 1999, and it was developed by Beyond Games and published by Accolade. Both of these companies do not even exist anymore, but it was published by EA Games in Europe under the name of Redline Gang Warfare 2066, a company that is famous for making you pay money to breathe air. Redline is a post-apocalyptic hybrid video game that combines both elements of a first-person shooter and vehicular combat. It is supposed to be the spiritual successor to the Atari Lynx video game known as Battle Wheels. Can you tell that this game is extremely old? The game was kind of famous at the time and received above-average reviews for combining two genres of the first-person shooter and vehicular combat. Ironically, one of the reasons this game received praise at the time was the fact that you can exit your car in the middle of a fight. Which is kind of beautiful if you think about it, that technology has come this far where something like that is completely overlooked. Most reviewers at the time praised the beautiful graphics of the game and the advanced combat system. For its time, of course. Other reviewers, like Next Generation Reviewers, said the game combines two mediocre genres together to make another mediocre game. And I think Next Generation doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. Because this game kicks a lot of ass. Story. Given the name that the game was known for in Europe, the game takes place in 2066. Where the moon has decided that it has had enough of Earth and decided to head out, and its orbit started to heavily degrade, which really affected the Earth atmosphere. A lot, like really heavily. And by heavily, I mean the skies became blood red and the Earth began to shatter, and everything has completely gone to shit. And humans were divided to wealthy people named insiders who lived inside cities that are environmentally sealed in domes, and the piss-fucking poor called outsiders who live outside, scavenging for random scraps and forming gangs, terrorist groups, and other forms of cult bullshit to steal from those who don't want to fight back, using cars with a dozen different weapons built onto them. The biggest and most dangerous gang of them is a gang called the Red Sixers. They are called the Red Sixers because of the negative orgone energy that manifested within them, which I assume is a fancy term for weird radiation that turned them red and made them cannibals, and made them extremely aggressive. Like, looking at these guys when I was a kid, I genuinely thought they were aliens. But I only found out today that they are actually just really fucked up humans. They are also Templars, which are just a weird religious cult, a punk gang by the name of Lepers, who use the same radiation as the Red Sixers to stay alive, but it's not negative orgone energy, it's just called orgone energy. For the Lepers. Who are you in all of this? You are a random unnamed schmuck who lives in Stadium City. Stadium City is one of the many outsider settlements. And one day, suddenly, the city is under attack by the Red Sixers, as everyone enters a state of panic trying to escape. But you? Nah. You were just chilling in your house chugging beers, and you are not about to let those shitty red cunts blow your home up without a fight. Why, you ask? Because you have a car. And after your fight, you catch the interest of the company, which are the good guys of the story. I don't think there is any good guys, but they are the ones trying to bring down all the other evil gangs, so I guess you are a good guy now. Gameplay. Other than being an old-ass game, I think the gameplay is pretty cool. Expectedly, the AI of the game has the intelligence of a hamster, which is applied for everyone, your allies and your enemies, which makes the game fairly easy. The game is not that buggy, and any bugs that you may encounter will be caused by the fact that the game is not meant to be ran on your fancy Windows 10 or 11 computer, and it was actually made for Windows 98. I would recommend that you run the game on a lower resolution because that seemed to fix a lot of things apparently. The gunplay of the game is fairly smooth and it features the coolest fucking weapon switching system I have ever seen in my life. Because every gun uses the same stock, and when you switch between weapons, it's just the barrel that changes, which looks pretty damn cool. The camera controls are what you expect from a 1999 game, being terrible, but the game does unironically look pretty good for a 1999 game. The gunplay is tight, and it plays well, and it mostly plays like old boomer shooters like Serious Sam and the other examples, where if you stand still for too long, you will probably die. And driving does not feel that bad. There are about 10 weapons to choose from, and a bunch of different cars to drive and kill people in. The car armor system is also quite simple, where the car takes more damage from the sides and the back, and is a lot more armored from the front. And every car you drive feels different and unique. It's not just another reskin of any other car. And each car comes with its own arsenal of weapons. These can be mines, machine guns, missile launchers, shotguns, and other fancy things like plasma rifles. And most of the time, each and every weapon feels useful and unique depending on the situation that you're in. Not to mention that there is a lot of cars to drive in this game. Like each gang has their own different, unique car, or car arsenal, and you, the player themselves, are usually assigned a different car by the company for each mission. The mission system of the game is quite simple. It's linear, and you just finish a mission and then you jump to another mission. Each mission features its own unique environment and its own unique surroundings, and each mission has its own objective. Also, I should probably mention the game has a multiplayer mode that you can play with your friends, whether that is LAN or other types of internet bullshit. I personally used to play it on LAN with my siblings when I was younger. In conclusion, Redline is yet another cult classic video game. And it's terrible. Just bad. It's completely dog shit. Don't play it. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a pretty good game if you don't mind the amount of troubleshooting that you're gonna do. I highly recommend you check it out on Steam. Link will be in the description. I give this game 3 chainsaws out of 1 armored muscle car. And the soundtrack of the game is also pretty damn neat, which I also use as background music for this video. Also, quick side note, I have made a Twitter account, which I will be leaving in the description of this video, since my Oni video did a lot better than I expected it to do. Hopefully, more content to come, so stay tuned, and see you in the next one.
Before that thing blows. got into this work because I just really like blowing shit up. Welcome to the company, kid.